What if I told you that everything you think you know about someone's character might be completely wrong? Carl Jung, the legendary Swiss psychologist, discovered that people constantly reveal their true nature, but not in the ways we usually think. Not in their words, not in their accomplishments, not even in how they act when people are watching. Jung found that two invisible signs always slip through the masks people wear, and once you learn to spot them, you'll see through anyone. And by the end of this video, you'll never look at people the same way again. You might never look at yourself the same way either. Jung called the mask we wear the persona, the carefully crafted image we present to the world. We all have one. It helps us fit in, gain trust, and survive socially. But the persona hides our authentic self, even from ourselves. We spend years polishing our image, being charming, confident, and successful, while our real character lives quietly underneath, waiting for moments when the mask slips. Jung spent decades studying these moments, and what he discovered is both fascinating and unsettling, because the truth of someone's character always leaks out in two ways. The first is what I call shadow mapping. This means watching who they judge most harshly. Jung said, "Until you make the unconscious conscious, it will direct your life, and you will call it fate." When someone criticizes another with unusual intensity, they're often projecting their own rejected qualities. The traits they attack are usually the ones they've buried inside themselves. Let me show you. Meet David. David is a successful architect who prides himself on integrity. Yet every meeting, he can't stop complaining about his colleague, Marcus. He calls Marcus fake, manipulative, and a charmer. Watch his body language. His voice sharpens and his jaw tightens when Marcus is praised. Jung would say, David isn't seeing Marcus clearly. He's seeing his own shadow. Deep down, David wishes he could be more socially skilled, but he buried that desire because he believes it's fake. So when he sees Marcus doing it, he attacks it. This is shadow projection. The stronger the emotion, the closer you are to someone's shadow. And it works for positive projection too. When people idolize someone's talent or confidence, they might be projecting their own unrealized potential. The key is emotional intensity. Any reaction that seems too strong, good or bad, almost always reveals hidden aspects of their character. If you've ever realized your judgment of someone actually revealed something about you, you've already seen this pattern in yourself. The second sign is called mask maintenance. Watch what happens when their image gets threatened. Jung wrote, "The privilege of a lifetime is to become who you truly are, but most people spend their lives protecting who they think they should be." And protecting a mask takes energy. When it gets cracked, when someone's competence is questioned, or they're caught in a mistake, their real self bursts through. Meet Sarah. Sarah is a marketing director known for her calm professionalism. But during a high-stakes client meeting, a client criticized her team's strategy. In seconds, Sarah's mask cracked. Her voice went sharp. Her posture stiffened. She interrupted, blamed her team, and made subtle digs at the client. Years of professionalism vanished, and her authentic fear and insecurity came flooding out. Jung wrote, "The foundation of all mental illness is the unwillingness to experience legitimate suffering." Sarah couldn't tolerate the pain of criticism, so her defenses exposed her true character. And this happens in small moments too. When someone's phone dies and they panic. When they're kept waiting. When someone doesn't laugh at their joke. These micro breakdowns reveal far more than polished behavior ever could. Jung understood that authentic character isn't what someone shows you when they're prepared. It's what bursts out when they're unprepared, unguarded, or under pressure. But Jung went further. He said the ultimate test of character is how people handle their shadow when you reflect it back to them. Call this the integration test. Remember David? Ask him gently. Do you ever wish you could be more socially skilled like Marcus? There are two possible responses. The defensive type says, "Are you calling me fake like him? I'm real." He's the manipulator. This shows denial and rigidity, low growth potential. The integrative type says, "Yeah, maybe I do wish I was better with people. I guess I admire him, even if it bothers me." This shows awareness, humility, and emotional maturity. Jung said, "One does not become enlightened by imagining figures of light, but by making the darkness conscious." People who can own their shadow are capable of real growth. Those who can't stay trapped in the same patterns forever. And here's where this becomes life-changing. When you learn to see others clearly, you start seeing yourself everywhere. The people who trigger you are showing you disowned parts of yourself. The people you admire are showing you your hidden potential. The patterns you spot in others will start showing up in your own behavior. This is the mirror effect. Jung wrote, "Who looks outside dreams, who looks inside awakes." Every reaction you have to others becomes a clue about your own psyche. Every interaction becomes a classroom. Every person becomes a teacher. So remember this. Watch who they judge, that's their shadow. Watch how they react under pressure, that's their real character. And most importantly, watch yourself. Because the real goal here isn't to judge others. It's to become conscious of your shadow, your persona, and your authentic self beneath it all. Jung wrote, "The world will ask you who you are, and if you don't know, the world will tell you. Don't let the world tell you. Know yourself, and then become it." If this opened your eyes, say to yourself, "I choose conscious self-discovery." Because the two things Carl Jung identified that reveal someone's true character, their shadow projections, and their persona breakdowns, aren't just tools for reading others. They're mirrors that reflect your own journey toward consciousness and authenticity. Jung understood that the journey toward authentic selfhood is the most important work any individual can do, not just for themselves, but for the collective evolution of human consciousness. Your willingness to face your own shadow, to drop your own masks, and to respond consciously rather than react unconsciously creates ripples that extend far beyond your individual life. You become what Jung called a culture creator, someone who models new possibilities for human relationship and consciousness. So, watch for the projections. Notice the persona breakdowns. But most importantly, turn that same clear seeing toward yourself. Because the ultimate character you're developing isn't someone else's, it's your own.